I've learned recently that um, I still have feelings. Not that I didn't think I had them, but I was writing, I don't want to say writing a high, but I was feeling very good um, for a good amount of time. And I would have some off days, but consistently feeling good. And the other day, something happened, and I'm not feeling the best. And this is, I guess, where like the real test comes in when it comes to have I like actually changed for the better, because you can have the. I think when people look at change, they're not looking at how you feel, how you behave when everything is good. It's about when there are more difficult times, how do you react, and how do you see things differently. And I have been kind of like I've been kind of tired. Maybe I've been getting close to burning myself out when it comes to dating. Like, I've already had 2 dates this week, and I'll have another one. Oh, I'll have 2 more later this week. So I'll be 4 dates this week. And I was talking to somebody that I like was connecting with, and I they were just asking me how I was going, and I said, "Yeah, I'm having like a lot of dates." And he was like, "Oh, I don't know how you're like dealing with all of that." And I was like, "Yeah, it is a lot, and but I'm thinking of like slowing down soon and like not swiping as much in the next couple weeks, and focusing on the connections that I do have." And then I said, including the connection that I have with you. And he then took a while to respond, and he said he like recently deleted like his apps, and said that he's like focusing on the connections that he currently has. And he basically like pursuing relationships. And I think in that basically said that he didn't consider me a connection. And then I had to like, I don't want to say backtrack, but I wanted to clarify what I meant by connection. It's just like things that think could go like anywhere long term, that just have like the possibility of that, not necessarily a relationship, but just seeing where things go. So I had to clarify that with him, because we've only been on 1 date. We have been talking for several weeks, and I do see something happening long term with him if it's not a relationship. And he then said, and then I was like, okay, but he didn't say he didn't say anything. I just said that, like, I was clarifying that it'd be good to just like just seeing people, and not necessarily saying like, oh, this is going to be a relationship or lead to a relationship, because that's not what I meant by connection. Just exploring stuff with people that have lasted this long. And I said, but if you don't want to see me at all, that's all right. And then he responded saying, no, like, I am looking forward to like seeing where this goes, and that. And I don't know, but there was like a short period of time where I was like in this liminal space of like, oh, this person doesn't want to pursue anything with me. And it was like, we hadn't talked for a few days, and usually we hadn't talked like every day or every other day. And this is around the time when communication is supposed to slow down, because I guess, some people, you can't keep that energy with everyone, even with like new friends and stuff. But that doesn't mean that the attraction is gone, the connection is gone, or that you stop being friends. But that's something that I have always struggled with, because usually it turns from slow communication to no communication, and then it's done. But I shouldn't, apply that to everything, especially someone I just kind of just started talking to. And we have a date coming up next week. But it did make me, I don't know, a little upset. Maybe a little insecure. I know that, dating culture and stuff, people are looking at people, like multiple people, and talking to multiple people and stuff. And I am too. So it's not like I'm mad at anyone for doing that. I guess it is hard when you're at least for me, coming from a history of never being someone's first choice, or maybe not getting the reassurance that I would want to get or hope to get during these times, because I'm, like I said, I am actively looking and trying to see other people. I'm still early for all of them, so it's not like I've gotten close, remarkably close to anyone really. But I think sometimes it would just be good to, I don't know, to be hey, yeah, I'm seeing other people, but I don't know, I enjoy this time with you. Not that, I don't know. This person did say that he's looking forward to seeing where something goes with me, if anything does, which, I mean, it was still good to hear that. But, that mixed with the slower communication, it makes my brain go loopy and think about previous times things have happened. And I'm making sure not to, trying to not approach this in the same way, because I think previous times I had approached it, I kind of went with this feeling oh, this person never wants to see me again, or I'm being used, or this person never actually liked me, or I'm just a placeholder, all this stuff. And for very serious parts of my life, those things were true and did affect me pretty badly, and added to trauma and stuff. But that does not mean that every time a similar situation happens to me, that this is not just, that it's not, that doesn't mean that it's part of this pattern. And I need to give myself more compassion, because at the end of the day, it's not about the reason I'm feeling about this is not necessarily about how I feel about other people or anything like that. It is about trying to reheal old wounds and not trying to make a pattern of certain things. And it comes from not having enough compassion for myself to believe that someone is making me a placeholder, or that I am not worthy of certain feelings, or even the feeling of not being chosen or not being a first choice is something that I have internalized. And I will, if you're looking for a pattern, then you'll find it in your head. It's just how people are hardwired to function. So this is going to be an interesting time for me, realizing that because I'm, putting myself out there more, and therefore talking to more people and exposing myself to more people, it also means that I will have more opportunities to be vulnerable, more opportunities to maybe get rejected, and to feel these feelings that I'm having, and really understand that these are personal feelings. These are things that I'm doing to my own self, and how to properly grow from that. Because that's the most I can do. And I'm glad that I recognize that this is just kind of how I'm feeling based on a specific pattern of situations I've been in. But to not come away from this feeling more shitty about myself, or even anticipating bad things that could happen that probably won't.